Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. The Salesians in Russia celebrated on Sunday, 12 September, their 30th anniversary of presence in the country. The anniversary was celebrated with the Eucharist, much attended by the faithful and friends of the Salesian work at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Moscow. The Salesians began their service in the Russian capital in 1991 after being invited there by Monsignor Tadeusz Kondrusiewicz, at the time Apostolic Administrator for all European Russia. He knew their experience, fidelity and ability to fight. Underlined in his homily on Sunday, September 12, Monsignor Paolo Pezzi, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese, Mother of God of Moscow. During the Mass, in addition to gratitude to the brothers who continue to carry out their apostolic work in this land, grateful remembrance was also made to some Salesians who served the Russian people and now rest in the Father's house. Father Thomas Donahe, 1933 to 2010, and Father Henryk Bogoszewski, 1946 to 2019. At the end of the celebration, hundreds of people waited outside the cathedral to pay homage to the Salesians and thank God for their 30-year service as true witnesses of Christ and the faithful sons of Don Bosco. On Sunday, September 19, College Don Bosco hosted over 200 members of the Association of Mary Help of Christians ADMA, representatives of the groups of the ADMA Primary of Turin, Families and Senior, the ADMA of Asti and the ADMA of Milan with their families. After more than a year of online or small group meetings, it was possible to return to gather together in the large outdoor spaces of Don Bosco's house to start again with greater momentum. During the day, the formative journey of the year entitled Family Love, Vacation and the Part of Holiness was presented. The activities included moments of prayer, adoration, formation and sharing, typically Salesian. At the end of the day, finally, a heartfelt thanks was offered to the outgoing Council of ADMA Primary, which has worked in a 3-year period marked by difficulties, but also by the many initiatives that the pandemic has stimulated. On this occasion, Renato Valera, the outgoing president, presented the candidates for the elections that will renew the council for the next 4 years and which have been set for the Marian Day of 24th October 2021. Next Sunday, September 26, at the Salesian Institute of Turin, Valsalis, a plaque will be discovered in memory of the Polish Salesian Blessed August Czartoryski, Paris, August 2, 1858, Alassio, April 8, 1893, who as a novice in 1886 studied precisely at the Reality of Valsalis. The history of this vocation is very remarkable, especially for the noble family from which it came. He was the heir of a family of magnates, grandson of Prince Adam, called the Polish king without a crown, who after the November uprising of 1830 suffered the fate of exile. In the residence of the Czartoryski family, the Hotel Lambert in Paris, August was precociously orphaned by his mother, who died of tuberculosis, and the disease unfortunately also infected him. August's godparents were the King and Queen of Spain, as Augustus was the son of their daughter Maria Amparo Munoz of Vista Alegre. Salesian Missions, the Salesian Missionary Procurators base in New Rochelle, joins the celebration for the International Day of Peace, observed on September 24th of each year, with the aim of strengthening the ideals of peace among peoples. The theme chosen for 2021 is Recovering Better for a Fair and Sustainable World. The theme focuses on how to help the population recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, build resilience and transform the world into a more just, inclusive and healthy place. The United Nations has highlighted how the pandemic has hit disadvantaged and marginalized groups hardest. Globally, in more than 100 countries, the vaccination campaign continues slowly and people involved in conflicts are particularly vulnerable in terms of lack of access to health care. Salesian News Asia Pacific, which started as a podcast during the first wave of COVID-19 on May 24, 2020, has launched its first YouTube version on September 19, 2021, marking its 70th uninterrupted episode. The launch of the YouTube version of the podcast took place during the Calcutta Salesian Provincial Team visit, Provincial, Vice Provincial and Economer at Salesian College Siliguri residence on Sunday, September 19, 2021. The podcast produced for Boscom South Asia by Radio Salesian 90.8 FM, The Voice of the Hills, was established in 2016 at Salesian College, Sonada in Darjeeling. Christian Sunday Salesian News, the YouTube version of the Salesian News podcast, covers Salesian family news, summaries of South Asia and East Asia, Oceania regions. 30-plus reporters cover the news from 26 Salesian provinces spread out in 29 countries of the two regions. Father C.M. Paul does the podcast script and radio journalist Brian Kerr of Radio Salesian hosts the show. The video version is prepared by the program director of Salesian TV, Mr. Bruno Thapa in Darjeeling. Students of the Don Bosco Technical School of Port Moresby stage a musical entitled Come to Our Aid. The performance, directed by Rika Lavilla and written with the help of Emil Novotna and Jana, is divided into three parts: Don Bosco's dream for Oceania, the first Salesian missionaries in Papua New Guinea, and a brief history of the Don Bosco Technical School. To accompany the show, there was also a presentation of images provided by Mr. Reto Wanor SDB and the Archbishop Emeritus of Rabol, Monsignor Francisco Panfilo SDB, on some historical moments of the Salesian school. On the occasion of the Festa Digli on Sunday, 19 September, at the San Tarcisio Institute in Rome, the conference Oratorio del 2000 was held with the participation of representatives of the past people's unions of Lazio. The event was attended by Father Alfredo Tedesco, Director of Youth Ministry of the Diocese of Rome, Father Pascual Chavez, Rector Major Emeritus, Sister Emilia Di Massimo, FMA Delegate for Past Peoples, and Antonello Asogna, PGS Secretary. All the speakers wanted to give useful stimuli to those present to reflect on the development of the speakers in Salesian environment. From 17 to 19 September, the 29 National Games of Salesian Youth were held, organized by the Salesian Youth Sports Center, PGS, Salos Suwalki and Salos Elk. The sporting event was attended by 480 young people from all over Poland. The games included three sports disciplines: football, volleyball and table tennis, and different age categories, and the competitions were played in selected sport facilities such as the OSIR Sports Hall and the Suwalki Municipal Stadium and the Salesian Sports Hall in Elk. With a ceremony presided over by Father Carlo Lira, Superior of the Salesian Province of Chile, the Salesian Institute of Concepcion inaugurated two new innovative laboratories. The first laboratory for students of the electronics and telecommunications courses has industrial characteristics and provides professional programs and tools for the design, development and assembly of printed circuit boards. The second laboratory is a center that stimulates conditions, dimensions and real spaces of a house or office and will be used to create installations of communication services, automation system and electrical system. These spaces will allow students to move in real work context and will allow them to face the world of work with better skills. The inauguration was also attended by the director of the work, Don Claudio Cartes, the headmaster, Ida Sepulveda, and the members of the professional technical area. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.